Hello, everyone. I'm Brittany Bailey. It is one of the most shocking and horrifying murder cases to ever happen in East Tennessee, one that took two young lives full of promise and put their families through 8 criminal trials.
She begged, "Please, just convince him to let me go. I'll do anything. Please let me go." In her fear, she even offered sexual favors in a desperate attempt to survive. Her attacker adjusted his clothes, placed her back the way he found her, and walked into the living room as if nothing had happened. Those words offer only a small look into the terror that marked the final hours of 21-year-old Shannon Christian and 23-year-old Christopher Newsom. What should have been a simple, peaceful night for a young couple quickly became a nightmare. While they sat in Shannon's SUV, a group of armed criminals silently watched and moved in. Within moments, the couple was overpowered, kidnapped, and taken to a rundown house. The truth of their suffering would later be uncovered through forensic work, witness testimony, and the emotional confessions of those involved. On January 7, 2007, Shannon's mother contacted Knoxville police after being unable to reach her daughter or her daughter's boyfriend. Officers could not immediately intervene since both were adults, so the families began searching on their own. Friends soon noticed Chris's truck still parked outside the apartment complex, but Shannon's SUV had vanished. Hours passed with no answers. Then came the first devastating discovery. A body matching Chris's description was found near railroad tracks. His parents were forced to face the reality that their son had been murdered. This pushed Shannon's family into an even more frantic search. They contacted her phone company, which revealed that her last signal came from the Cherry Street area, an area known for crime. Loved ones rushed there and located Shannon's SUV, covered in thick mud and stripped of her usual belongings. Inside, nothing looked familiar. Items she always carried were gone, the seats were pushed back, and cigarette packs, something neither victim used, were left behind. Police were finally called to investigate. They soon found an envelope with fingerprints belonging to Lamarcus Davidson, a local offender who lived only 2 blocks away. Officers searched his house at 2316 Chipman Street and made a horrifying discovery. Shannon's body had been stuffed into several trash bags and placed in a garbage bin inside the kitchen. Her belongings and items belonging to Chris were found throughout the home, along with shell casings. Evidence confirmed the house was the scene of both captivity and violence. A manhunt began for Davidson and the others involved. His brother, Latalvis Cobbins, along with George Thomas, Vanessa Coleman, and Eric Boyd. One by one, each person was located and arrested. Their stories constantly changed, but forensic testing provided the truth. DNA linked multiple attackers to Shannon and proved that both victims had endured hours of physical and sexual assault before being killed. Chris was beaten, tortured, and then taken to the train tracks, where he was executed and set on fire. Shannon was held inside the house, repeatedly assaulted, beaten, and forced to ingest bleach as the attackers tried to destroy evidence. She was tied into a tight, painful position, placed into multiple trash bags, and left alive inside a garbage can, dying slowly from lack of air. In the following months, every person involved faced trial. Lamarcus Davidson was convicted on all counts and sentenced to death. George Thomas received 2 life sentences plus additional years. Latalvis Cobbins was given life without parole plus 100 years. Vanessa Coleman was sentenced to 35 years for her involvement. More than a decade later, Eric Boyd was convicted and sentenced to life in prison, plus 90 years. This case remains one of the most disturbing crimes in Tennessee history. The brutality shocked investigators, the community, and the entire nation.